Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Stitcher. My name is Megan. You can find me on Instagram as Megan_Babauta_, on Ravelry as Mama Made VM, and you can email me at theseattlestitcher@gmail.com. As I say, you are all very, very welcome here. So it's been a super fun, super busy past couple weeks for me. I've just been having like a blast, living life. I'm staying home right now with my son because I'm on maternity. My maternity leave actually just ended, so technically I'm supposed to go back to work, but Washington State also provides like a bonding period, so I get an additional 4 weeks. So that's really cool. So I've just been enjoying this time with my little baby and with my daughter and my husband and, living life, going to visit family and such. But as I do, I like to just kind of hop right in and start with the starts and save all of the chatter to the end. So let's hop right in. It is May 1st is my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. My birthday is April 28th. So mine just passed and I turned 29 years old. It was fun, great, amazing. I had a blast. I did do some shopping and stuff, so I'll save that to the end as well. But my mom's birthday was yesterday, and it also was the start of Manning May. So it's our second annual Manning May, which feels very fancy. If you guys aren't aware, the hashtag, it's over on Instagram. It is Manning May SAL. Myself and some of my girlfriends kind of came up with this concept of starting Manning May, like starting Carolyn Manning projects in the month of May. That being said, those girlfriends would be Bridget, the museum stitcher, Cam from Cam the stitcher, and Marjorie from Marjorie Made, as well as myself. And yeah, we started last year. It really took off. It's been so fun. It's introduced us to a lot of new channels and a lot of new people in general, just like on Instagram and Flosstube and all that. So it's been a really fun time, and it's been a really good like community builder in a way. But we decided to do it again, and crazy enough, I woke up May 1st, not super excited to work on my Halloween project. I'm a seasonal stitcher. I didn't really want to work on Pumpkin Patch, which is the one that I had kitted up. I had it kitted up from last year. I was going to restart it. I had yet to even buy my new fabric for it. I was just going to head to the craft store and get some Aida, right? Well, then Miss Carolyn Manning, she posted some patterns that she had newly released, and one of them was Morning Blooms, Peachy Keen, and there's a third one called Prairie something. I can't remember, but I'll pop them up on the screen here. They are absolutely beautiful. I ended up buying 2 of them right off the bat because she's actually having a 25% sale all the month of May. So it automatically deducts from your cart 25% off of all of her patterns. Go take a look. I'm going to link her actual website down below. So I will have that linked, and you guys can go ahead and do some shopping yourself, because even if you think you're not a Carolyn Manning fan, like if you think that, oh, that's not my style of stitching, it's not necessarily my style of stitching either. You guys have seen what I stitch, and I never thought that I would find a pat, but it's impossible to go to her page and not find something. There is something for everyone, whether it be a color scheme that you're so obsessed with, you just have to stitch it, or the look of the piece, the design itself. It's just, she has beautiful stuff. So that's the whole concept of Manning May, was just this fun hashtag, Manning May Sal. Go ahead and use it if you want. Take a look on Instagram, tag myself and the girls. We'd love to see what you're working on. It's just been so fun for us over the past couple years. But I did do a poll on Instagram, and I'll pop a picture of the poll on the screen, because obviously one of them was definitely the winner by a long shot, and that was Morning Blooms. I do print out my patterns, even though I don't necessarily have to. It's just that I don't have a tablet to stitch off of. My daughter has an iPad, but I don't really like putting my stitching stuff on her iPad. So I figure, well, I'm just gonna print it. And I print them, and then I use Markup RXP on my iPhone. But sometimes late at night, my eyes just get tired of looking at the small. And her charts are large, and they're very easy to work off of if you do print them out. But yeah, this one was the winner. I went ahead and went on May 1st and kitted this up. So here are the flosses. It's beautiful. Isn't she lovely? So I'm loving this color palette. It's very spring. It honestly almost reminds me of like 90s springtime. The soft lavenders, the springy greens, the tealy colors, which I'm obsessed. I was born in the 90s. I love the 90s. And I'm stitching mine on, take a guess. You're never gonna guess. It's 14 count Aida. Who is she? I don't even know who I am anymore. 14 count Ada in the color Spa. I just thought that this was really pretty, to be honest. I loved it right away, and I got a little start. This is my 7-inch Morgan hoop. I love these hoops. I get them off of Amazon. They're relatively affordable in my opinion. I want to say that this is like only 10 bucks or something like that. I think the 10-inch is maybe like 15, but I got to a little bit over 2%. I think I'm actually at 3% now, but yeah. It's just beautiful. I have done the lightest lavender, the white, a mid-tone lavender, the darkest blue, and one shade of the green, the darkest shade. But yeah, on the Spa Ada, it's just perfect. I was thinking like, oh, is that a little bit too seafoam? But no, it's lovely. I absolutely love it. And I think it looks really, really good with my flosses. Isn't that really pretty? I just love it. So I've been really enjoying this, and this is technically, I guess, an acquisition as well, because I bought the pattern, bought the fabric, and the DMCs all in one day. But I think I was still treating myself because I was like, oh, you know, my birthday just passed, which is terrible. I gotta do better, guys. I was on a real good roll though this year so far about my purchasing, and I actually ran out of my Amazon bags that I always put my projects in, those clear ones. So I do have a super old project bag that I made for myself, which is this really cute little bumblebee one. I actually do like this project bag. It's one of my better ones that I made, and I did like a little honeycomb liner, and I put a little charm on here. Someone gave this charm to me at StitchCon. I think it was actually Alexa's, and I just popped it on this bag. So that was my first start. My next project is also a start. This is actually a bag that Alexis made for me, not this year, last year or the year before. Anywho, she made me this project bag for my birthday. Love it. Thank you, Alexis. And if you guys remember in my last Flosstube, if you tuned in, you will have remembered that I made a little jokey joke up to my husband about the fact that I really wanted this Thea Gouvenier kit. I wanted it so bad, and it's just so pretty. I've been eyeing it for at least a year, honestly, probably since I looked for that Lady in Unicorn, when I was looking forward to repurchasing the Lady in Unicorn, which thank goodness I didn't end up having to do. Thank you, Jess. But when I was thinking about repurchasing it, I was on Amazon looking at Thea Gouvenier's shop, because she does have a storefront on Amazon if you're interested. And I also found that was like the cheapest way to get her patterns, in my opinion, her kits. So I went on there, saw this pattern. It was beautiful. It has been on my mind, in my mind, boiling away for a year, and I just couldn't let it go. I wanted it so bad, but I was like, do you really actually want to stitch that, Megan? But I do want to stitch it. So I had said how I really want it for my birthday. I posted it to my story on Instagram and was like, oh no, hope my husband doesn't see exactly what I want for my birthday. And he did, and he bought it for me. So all that being said, this is the project. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining it like back here with my books. Ooh, she's gonna be so pretty. So this is Still Life with Flowers in a Glass Vase. And it's by, okay, so it's Jan. So I'm thinking that's either Jan or John, I'm not sure. David's Dahim, and it is a painting. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm obsessed with this. This kit comes with 18 count black Ada, and it's massive. But this project has been super fun. So I'm just gonna show you my progress right away. And I have this in a Morgan hoop as well, because I really love the Morgan hoops. This is the start of a white rose. This is the start of a leaf here. And then this is the start of one of those yellow flowers. I'm not sure if it's a tulip in there. I don't think that's a tulip. Maybe a buttercup of some sort or something. Do you see these yellow flowers here? That's because I'm like right here. So I'm that green flower to that yellow. And that was the middle. If I started like middle left, like left-hand corner of the middle, lower left-hand corner, and went towards the right. And so this alone, no joke, has, gosh, I think it was like 8 or 9 different shades of white, but none of them were like, well, I think one of them is like pure white, but all of the other ones are like subtle shades of cream, a more like silvery, purpley white, and then like a more pinkish white. I can't even describe it, but they were all white. So it's just insane to think there's actually that many shades of white in here, because you cannot tell. And then I have like 3 different shades of green going on in here already. Only 1 shade of yellow so far, so that's great. But it's been a pain in the butt to stitch, but I literally can't put it down. And I've been having the best time. I keep on chatting with a lady that I met through Instagram. It's Becca Creates, I want to say is her username. I can't remember the username off the top of my head. I'm going to put her page down below, so it'll be a link to her Instagram, because she's actually stitching this as well. She purchased it like the day after I posted it to my story. She was like, I'm about to buy that too. And yeah, we've just been chatting like almost every day now. I love this lady. She's so much fun, and we just have a blast chatting back and forth. I'm a big like voice message sender on Instagram. If you've messaged me on Instagram and I was like really busy, I probably just hearted it. But if I had like 2 seconds, I probably sent a voice message back to you. Well, yeah, her and I, we just go back and forth like all the time. I love her. So anyways, if you're watching, hey girl. We've just been having a blast with this. She's like way further than I am already, so whatever. But, oh, you know what? Maybe it's Rebecca Creates or something. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll link it down below. But yeah, I've just been having a blast getting to know her and also just stitching along with her. And she's been keeping me motivated for sure, because whenever we talk about the project, I'm like, oh, I want to go pull mine out. And so I do. And it's just been so much fun. I really enjoy having like someone who kind of keeps me accountable, but like also not super strict, you know, because like her and I, we're not like, we need to get this many stitches done and like it needs to be done by this date. Oh, not at all. So this one has been super fun. Love the painting. Also, I had posted this to my story, and I really enjoy this channel, Lemonade Stitching. If you haven't heard of her, I'll link her channel below, but she had messaged me back and was like, hey, do you know that the National Art Gallery, they allow you to save PDFs, like beautiful digital renderings of their paintings, like very high quality, and that means that you can go and get them printed at like a Walgreens or an Office Depot or whatever, you know. I think FedEx does printing too. But yeah, I went and I saved a bunch of different paintings that are in a similar vein, like the floral pieces. I saved some sky scenes and some landscape scenes and a couple of portraitures, because I really want to have a collage on my wall. But how genius is that? I never knew that, first of all, so thanks. Because now I'm like obsessed with the idea of creating this wall art collage. I haven't really given myself enough time to like focus. I saved some pieces of art, but I haven't saved all the ones that I want just yet. And I need to go and like do a digital layout and see what I want and what sizes I would frame them in. But that's a really cool piece of knowledge. So if you're interested, like you really are obsessed with a certain artist, whether it be like paintings or whatnot, go and check out the National Art Gallery and see if you can like download and save a digital rendering, because if you do that, then you can take it in and get it printed. What'll happen is you can download the file, and like if you have an iPhone, you'll download it to your files in your iPhone, and then you just go and you email that file to like the Office Depot email or whatever, you know, and they can print it for you, and it'll be a really good quality. So you could have it framed and you could have a piece of art up in your home. So I love that. Anyway, from there, the next thing that I worked on was, I think this was the next thing. I don't know, I never really go in an order anyways. So I pulled out my Beatrix Potter, because you guys know my goal for the year was to get to 30%. That was my soft goal. My hard goal is to get to 50%. Well, guess what? I got to my 30% on Beatrix Potter. I am stitching this on I think this is a 36 count. Yeah, 36 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. And I'm using Dinky Dyes in the colorway Fireside, which is a beautiful orangey bronze color. And here is my progress. Oh, that's a really good rendering of the color of my fabric. That's very accurate. It's like a beautiful warm brown. Very good neutral. I will say my piece looks really different from what I've seen that is Duxbury, so if you ordered it hoping it looked like mine, it probably won't. So just be aware. But yeah, what I did was I went in and started this motif and finished it in a night. And then I went in and started this motif here, which is a larger one that has the initials in it, because this is like a token of love piece. And so in this motif here, it'll say, I think it's just the initials, right? So it'll be, I'm gonna replace it with my initials. So it'll be MB2DB for me and my husband. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? I'm just gonna get a little bit closer so you guys can see. I just love it. It is so pretty. And then my needle minder on here is from Mad for Minders, and I'm stitching 1/2 on this. Oh, and I forgot to mention on my Ada projects, anything 14 count, I stitch 2/1 on Ada. Anything 18 count, I usually stitch 1/2 on the Ada, or so I found. The Thea Gouvenier kit calls for 1/2. So that's what I've been, or sorry, 1/1 on Ada. I always want to say 1/2 because I'm a linen stitcher mostly. But I'm trying to venture out and try new things. I've been really enjoying Ada right now. The 14 count is really fun for me. So yeah, this is, this aesthetic is where my heart lies. It's gorgeous. So pretty. So yeah, I got to my 30% though. I'm so excited. That's like my first goal that I set for myself for this year. And I know it was a very soft goal because it was something that was pretty achievable for me because I wasn't very far off, but I'm still really happy, you know? And I will say, like, the 36 count mixed with these beautiful dinky dyes is just a lovely, lovely stitching experience. And I think that that's what makes this so enjoyable for me, is that the flosses are beautiful, the fabric's beautiful, and I kitted this up at Hollis Hand Creates shop on Etsy. That's Christine over there. She's absolutely amazing. I just love her so much. I know I say that all the time, but she's just fabulous, and her shop is wonderful. So if you are looking for something in particular, go take a look at her shop and see if she's got it. I definitely recommend. The next thing that I worked on is actually a SAL. So this is Secret Garden, and Bridge in the Museum Stitcher, Cam the Stitcher, hello from Liz Matthews, and myself, we're having a little SAL, a little stitch along for Secret Garden. And I haven't gotten very much more progress. Honestly, I can't remember where I put in some stitches, but all the stats on this one are, it is, I'll put the hashtag on the screen. And you can also let us know if you're doing like Team Vibrant or Team Muted. I'm Team Muted. Here's the color palette. I showed it last time and it's stunning. Oh my gosh, I want to pull this one out so bad, but I've been kind of addicted to my Carolyn Manning, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna stitch on that this evening. But isn't it so pretty? I'm just obsessed. It's beautiful. Hello from Liz Matthews, killing it again. And I'm stitching this 1/1 on 20 count brown sugar Ada. And here is my little bird. Isn't he so cute? And I love it on this fabric. Oh, it's so pretty. Needle minder is made by Alexis. She made this for me. So shout out to you, girl, thank you. I think I just went in here and started filling in a little bit more of his wing and then put it back because I didn't have very much stitching time that day. But I show you guys everything, and I still am really excited about this project, and I want to keep it in your guys' minds, especially because there is a SAL now. So I feel like that'll be really fun to follow along with on Instagram if you wanted to. I need to iron this and like take some little pictures so I can post about the SAL myself. But yeah, oof, almost lost my needle again. But yeah, I love the piece. It's super cute. I feel like he's looking adorable, and I'm loving the muted colors. I think it's really pretty. And I do recommend the 20 count Ada. It's very nice, and the holes in it are not that noticeable. Like, I feel like from here even, which I'm not very far from my camera, I'll have you guys know, I film pretty close to my camera. You can't see those holes, you know? It's not until you get pretty close up that you start realizing like, oh, that's an Ada. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's been a really nice stitch, very enjoyable. I have it in Markup RXP. It's just an easy app to use. I do recommend. It is a paid for platform, so you do have to pay like a yearly subscription, I want to say, but I love it. It's fabulous. From there, I did do a little bit of work on this, but not very much. This is like my thread a day project, but I really failed this past 2 weeks on my thread a day. I did so good. The beginning of April, I did so good, but the last 2 weeks of April, oh, I did terrible. So my thread a day project is Modern Folk Embroidery's 2022 stitch along, and I'm stitching mine 1/2 on 36 count cream and sugar. That's a fiber on a whim fabric. You guys know, if you watched last week, that my dilemma on this was I messed up the border, but I'm just gonna continue with what I did as the mistake and make it the border. So I pretty much rewrote the border, like recharted it without realizing that I did that. So that's just fun and quirky, love that. But I'm stitching this with Color and Cotton's Cloves, and here is my progress. So I actually have decent progress on this piece in total. It's just a huge piece. So that's kind of the thing, is it's gonna take me a while. All that I did was one thread, which was putting in this little guy here. And I didn't even finish that motif, so. Again, another day where I was just exhausted and didn't have very much stitchy time. If you didn't catch my last episode though, what I did was the rise on this, like each one of these little curves, is supposed to be 1 stitch longer. And that made it to where essentially what's gonna happen is that I have more repeats. They're like more condensed, compact together, but I don't mind it. I don't actually think it looks too busy or crazy. Like now that I look at it, I can definitely tell that it's closer than what the pattern is, but I don't mind it at all. But yeah, I'm really liking this piece. I think it's gorgeous. Also, shout out to you guys. I never knew what this was. I thought it was a like Norwegian longboat, like a ship. It's like a heraldic eagle. I don't know if that's like a crest or it's some kind of eagle. Do I see an eagle there? No. Can someone explain to me where the eagle is supposed to be in this? Are those the feet? So if those are the feet, yeah, see, still lost, can't see it. I'm like, where's the eagle? But maybe they're like 2 eagles perched side by side. I don't know. Someone will explain it to me. Thank you. But yeah, I really, really love this piece. It's so pretty. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So I had a lot of fun with this and I'm loving it on the fabric. I'm really liking 1/2 on 36 count. Like I think that is my happy place. And I do have 36 count in stash, but I've got a lot of stuff kitted up with 40 count these days because I really went through a 40 count kick. And I realized that that's kind of the thing with stitching though, is that you go through phases in stitching. So like it's wise, you know, when people are like, oh, I have a huge stash, it's out of control. It's kind of like good to have a stash because at the end of the day, then when your style, like you're on 14 count all of a sudden, you're on 20 count all of a sudden, you know, it's like all over the place. And I find that my style can be like that sometimes. I try to stay like to one style because, you know, I want things to be cohesive on my walls, but sometimes it's just fun to stitch fun things with bulky, fun, beautiful plump stitches on 14 count Aida, okay? Because you know what? The stitching that I did on that Carolyn Manning, the one I showed you guys first as a start, that was done late last night, like dark room and everything, and I didn't even have any problem stitching on it, so that really says something. The next project I worked on was this one. This is stitched on a 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. This is Autumn Cottage by Plum Street Samplers, and I'm using all the called for flosses. Bridget, the museum stitcher, and we stitched this together. She already finished hers, so I'm stitching it alone now. Handmade by Sarah W. also stitched this one. It's just super fun, really tiny little piece. And I went in and did some of the windows, I think. This one, I think I did a stitch with me. Like I did a little live video. I've been trying to hop on and do lives whenever I have a moment while the baby's sleeping and stuff. And like I am just sitting down and stitching and not doing other housework. So that's been really fun. Thanks for joining if you have been joining, by the way. It's been a blast to chat with you guys and like see what you're working on. And you know, sometimes after I'll go and like look up the different projects you guys talk about and you know, see if there's anything that I want to purchase. But I've just been having a blast with that. And this is, yeah, just super cute, very, very dainty. Only worked on it for that one day just because the 40 count is pretty hard on my eyes. But honestly, Vintage Country Mocha is really easy to stitch on because the weave is nice and even and beautiful. And the modeling is nice on it. So yeah, enjoyed that piece. That was the last thing I worked on. So that is all of my stitching stuff, but I did actually do some purchasing because it was my birthday month, and I did do actually a full color conversion as well. One of the best parts about my shopping spree though was the fact that I went to Threadneedle Street and I met up with the Thread Gremlins. If you haven't heard of them, they are a really a cross-stitching trio, but Amy is always behind the camera. Caroline and Elizabeth are on the camera itself, and sometimes you'll hear Amy in the background, or she'll join in at the very end. But the trio of them I met up with, they're local to me, and we had so much fun. It was just such a blast to meet those ladies, and it was really nice to meet some other moms too, because, you know, I'm a mom and it's really hard to make mom friends, and it was just so much fun. I literally can't wait to meet up with them again. I'm going to link their channel below though. So like I said, they have a Flosstube. They only have 4 episodes out. They're a really new Flosstube. So please go give them some love. Let them know I sent you on over, because I love them so much. They are literally amazing. Now I'm like texting them every day. They're probably so annoyed. They're like, God, stop texting. What can I say? I'm a talker. So we went to Threadneedle Street, all of us, and we got lunch as well, which was great. And like Amy held my baby while I could, so I could eat some lunch. But with that, we did do some shopping. And half of this is online shopping and half of it is the haul from Threadneedle Street. So I'll let you know what I split up. Well, I was watching a Flosstube, and that is what influenced this purchase. I'm gonna link the Flosstube below because I can't remember the name of it. Stitching Shoreline, or it's Stitching something. I really like her Flosstubes though, because I love her projects. She has a variety and it's a really good mix. So if you haven't checked her out, please do. I'm gonna link her below. But she had pulled this out, Stone Street Stitchworks Librarian's House, and her last Flosstube, she is actually doing a conversion on this herself, and I was like, I could do a conversion on that. I like the called for colors, but I was like, you know, I want it to be a little bit different. And I really liked, she had made her birds blue. I really liked that. I didn't end up doing it myself, but I liked the idea of blue in the piece. So I purchased the PDF of this, printed it out. And then while I was at Threadneedle Street, I picked up a half yard of 36 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. So just a nice, decent sized piece. You guys know I like to get larger cuts of fabric just so I can make sure, you know, I've got a little stash and I can stitch a couple things on it. But I really liked this neutral. I felt like it was a really pretty one. It's a little pink, a little green. It's like warm and cool tone. I don't know. It's a great fabric. And I really enjoy, like I said, 36 count right now. I feel like this would be really pretty with like a solid colored floss on it, but my mind always is on the monochromatic. I'm like, ooh, what can I put on that? Well, I thought this fabric would look really beautiful with this, and I decided to go on to Color and Cotton because they are quickly becoming my favorite place to get my flosses from, to be honest. I'm obsessed. And I decided to go ahead and completely change the colors. So here's my color scheme. I'm not 100% on it just yet, okay? And I think I might need to change my green, but hear me out. When it's on the fabric, isn't that pretty? I really like it. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna pop a picture of the pattern on the screen so that I can just tell you guys as I go. So my house is going to be Winter Moon, which is this beautiful silvery blue, very light, soft blue. My roof line is going to be, I think this is Birdhouse. Yeah, Birdhouse. I should go over here because I'll probably pop the picture over here. So this is gonna be roof line and house. Maybe the door as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a fun colored door. I'm deciding to stick with the black for the birds, but I decided to go with rustic black, which if you can tell, it's a slightly blue hued, kind of gray toned black. So the name is befitting rustic black. Anywhere that there is that like golden yellowy color, I'm gonna go ahead and do pumpkin spice. Or sorry, no, anywhere there is the brown, I'm gonna do pumpkin spice. It's just a nice warm orange. I really like fall colors, so I felt like that would work for me and my preferences. I got 2 skeins of begonia, beautiful pink shade. I tried to go for the warmer toned pink because I thought that that would work better with the orange, because it was between this and the color Princess, and Princess was a little bit more cool tone pink. So you can see that's so pretty, beautiful. And this is going to replace all of that dark pink. So pretty. And then the vine work for the 2 potted plants, I am going to specifically do, just for those, this limited edition Gentle Arts, which is a very variegated, but I'm hoping that I can get it to where it's like the variegation. You can see this side is like darker and the top here is a lot lighter. I want the leaves to really pull different colors of green. So I thought that that would be fun. And this white is going to be what frames my windows and the doorway. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I also think the two like Quaker elements on the bottom, because the house is going to be blue and I'm not using the house blue anywhere else, that winter moon, I'm thinking the blue is going to also be those two Quaker motifs on the bottom. So those are my guesses. I also think I'm going to go ahead and take out two of the smaller Quaker motifs that are up in the top portion and replace them with my initials. And I don't know, maybe the year I stitched it, or maybe my initials and my daughter's initials, because she's a big reader too. She loves reading. Either myself or my husband. More often, she always wants my husband to get her, she says, get her cozy. That's what she calls it. And that's where we tuck her into bed and he reads her a story and like turns on her little ocean sounds and stuff. So anyways, she's a big advocate for the books, okay? But that's my ideas. Let me know what you think, or if I should switch out any of these colors. I'm liking it because I really like it on the oaken. I feel like it being on the oaken makes it work. It makes the blue pop and look less silver. It makes the rustic black look a little bit more blue, the pink a little bit warmer. It highlights all the colors well. So I'm excited about it, but still, you know, iffy, just because I've never done a conversion. So in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, is this gonna work? I did elicit the help of Cam the stitcher, because she is my conversion queen. And I was like, do you think I should do this? Like, what should I do? And she definitely helped me out big time on that one. The next thing I kitted up and purchased was Prairie Sunrise. This was one of the Carolyn Mannings that I fell in love with. I just love this piece. This is definitely like matches my decor colors perfectly. Like blues, golds, I love that. Love it. And I again am just going to be stitching this on 14 count Aida. This is just a 14 count oatmeal Aida. I really like it. I think it's gonna be super easy to stitch on. I think oatmeal Aida would be really good for Halloween pieces too. If you're a big Prairie Schooler Halloween stitcher, oatmeal Aida is like the way to go, man. But yeah, look at those colors on there. Isn't that so pretty? I feel like that's gorgeous. So I'm super excited about that. The blues, the golds, the yellow. I love it. So yeah, I really liked these two the best. Peachy Keen, I'll definitely probably still purchase and kit up. I might actually kit it up today because I am heading back to the craft store this afternoon to meet up with my mom. From there, when I was at Threadneedle Street, I did pick up a couple more patterns. I have this pattern, but I ended up gifting it to a friend, so I just repurchased it because I had it kitted up because we both wanted to stitch it anyways. So this one, Thistle House, which I already had kitted up. So you guys, I think I showed this in a previous episode. So I am doing a bit of a conversion on this one. And I'll probably do the same thing. I'll pop a picture on the screen of my ideas here. Okay, so fabric, this is Wren by Picture This Plus. Yeah. No, this is not Wren. What is this? Heartland. It's Heartland by Picture This Plus. And it is a 32 count. So 32 count Heartland, which is a very warm shade. And in the Thistle House itself, here's what I'm thinking, okay? So the birds, I'm gonna use this black coffee, which is just a rustic black, essentially, same kind of thing. For the grass and the vines, I'm thinking these two. And I might actually pull pine needles here to use in my other piece instead of the one that I had in there, that Gentle Arts, but this is Classic Colorworks pine needles, and this is 3364. So these are gonna be my grass and my vines. So you can see not crazy contrast between the two, but just enough. For the lady's dress, I'm thinking antique lace, which is a more blue undertoned white. For the thistles themselves, I'm thinking red pear, and then cherub here is going to be the skin tone for the lady, just because I'm really, really pale, so you can see, like, it works. So red pear is going to be the thistles, cherub is going to be the skin tone, and then blue corn here is what I'm thinking of stitching the house in. And then I'm also going to use the black for the roof line of the house, or I'm going to use swamp water, which is a very variegated brown. It's like a black brown variegation, and I'm going to use that for the roof line, but haven't quite decided. It's one of those things where I know I like this color palette. I actually do like this one, like I'm for sure sold on it, but the house is the only thing that I'm like, do I do the black roof or do I do the blue roof? I'm thinking the blue. I think the blue with the antique lace windows. So like here, I'll show you. This would be like the house color scheme. I like that. And I also think that this white, you know, I can use it for the house, the window outline, and then I can also use it for the lady's dress. But, you know, all of this on the, that's beautiful, the house, the blackbirds, skin tone, thistles themselves, and then all that grass. So I really like that. And I can also just use the black brown for the hair, and I can use, you know, I can make it work. So yeah, I do like this, and I'm sure that I am going to use these for this project, but like I said, I might just pull pine needles and use some of that for the other piece, the librarian's house. So I purchased that pattern and got that one all kitted up and in my stash now. The next thing I purchased was a little like cheeky birthday shopping. And it's kind of random, but I decided I really wanted some of these Dimensions snow, or not snow, but Christmas kits. These are Christmas stockings, and I really want them for my kids. I think that eventually I will maybe stitch them for my husband and myself, but I'm not really sure. We're not big stockings people. Like we do them for the kids, and we go all out for the kids, but for ourselves, we're just more of like, you know, here's your budget, go crazy. So I bought this one, which is a Dimensions Gold kit. Honestly, didn't know the difference between the regular kits and the Dimensions kits. I'm not familiar with kits. It's just not something that I've really ever purchased. I've never purchased a Dimensions kit, so I really went all out buying two because, did I mention I bought two? I have two kids, so obviously I needed another one. And this is where my debacle is that this is a Dimensions Gold kit. It's in a way nicer plastic, and I did end up asking Elizabeth from Thread Gremlins, because she's been a stitcher for a long time, like, what is the difference between these? Because I honestly can't tell. And yeah, this one has like more shades, and like it will have beads and like other special finishing things, and the Dimensions kits alone don't. It's also in like a plastic wrapping, whereas this one, it's still plastic, but it's like a thicker, nicer plastic. So this one is the one that my daughter picked out. It's a 14 count project, but it's 16 inches, which is what I like. I like that size stocking. I thought he was so cute too. And then this is the other one. I just liked the way these looked together. I felt like it was super cute, and like it kind of looked like maybe Santa was over, you know, like maybe Santa was nearby this guy, okay? And then this one I think is gonna be for my son Malachi. And this one's 16 inches as well. So even though this is an 18 count and this is a 14 count, they are both going to be 16 inches long, which is perfect. Because that's another thing I asked Elizabeth, because she is, she's like, she knows what she's doing and I don't. So I asked her, like, you know, Elizabeth from the Thread Gremlins, by the way, but I was like, what is the, like, are you going to be able to tell if these are hung up right next to each other? Are you going to be able to tell that one of them is stitched on 14 count and one of them 18 count? And she said no. So I'm gonna go ahead and believe her. You know, do I have a reason to believe her? No, but am I going to? Yeah. She's just been stitching a lot longer than myself, you know. The next one I purchased is Grimm's House. I got this at Threadneedle Street. I will probably just use the other piece that's left over from that Autumn Cottage and stitch it up on that. But I need to get the flosses for this one. So haven't kitted it up, it's just gonna be in my stash. Okay, last thing that I kitted up was Margaret Hole. This is a pretty small piece, but I have all the DMCs for it now. It's crazy that there's this many DMCs in it, but it's a really pretty like dainty bird piece. I'll pop a picture on the screen here. And I haven't picked my fabric just yet for this, but I do have my little fabric bucket. This is how I store my fabrics that I don't have in kits. because you guys know, if you've watched my kit parades in the past, I keep all the fabrics in with the project, even if I haven't cut the fabric down yet. I know that's kind of wasteful because there's probably fabric in there that I won't even be using for the stitched piece, but it's okay. It's all right. I think what I am liking though is actually this 20 count brown sugar Aida. Honestly, I think this 20 count Aida is just gonna end up being a bunch of smalls because the brown sugar Aida matches like everything. It's just a really good color. I need to floss drop these and like do a floss toss with the flosses out of the skeins and see how it looks, because some of these look like they're a little close to the fabric, so it might not work, but I'll see when I floss drop them. I need to order some more floss drops, but yeah, this was one of my contenders for that. I just haven't decided quite yet, so I still have the flosses out. I just need to put them in a little bag. I need to order some more of those little Amazon bags that I love so much, but yeah, that was my my last piece of haul. The other thing I was thinking for Margaret Hole is maybe this blue fabric. I thought that was really pretty too, but there are some blues in here that match this fabric. So that was my other option. Let me know what you guys like best, but this is a piece that I did UFO. So I guess I could talk about that a little bit. This is Atomic Ranch 40 count weathered stone. It's beautiful. And as you can see here, I have started, oh, that's the back. I have started a little tiny Quaker piece. The reason I'm UFOing it is that it's just not enough contrast for me to be happy with it, because that's a lot of work. Like, that is a lot of effort to put into stitching because the piece is huge. It's the sampler Flowers Feed the Soul, and it's a Happy Mood Point pattern, but she did change her shop name. Her shop name is now, oh, I can't remember. I'm gonna link it below because I had the heck of a time trying to find the pattern so that I could give you guys the link. And the other day, someone commented saying that like her name had changed on Etsy, and I was able to find her new shop. So anywho, love the pattern. I'm definitely gonna stitch it, but I just need, I think, a solid, like maybe a 36 count Zweigart blue, like a easy to stitch on plain fabric with this very subtly variegated white silk. I got the silk from SAL. And so that's my UFO of the past 2 weeks, because I just started this one, but it's kind of an instant UFO. You can see there, it's such a subtle contrast. It's just not gonna be worth all the hours that I'll put into it. So yeah, I'm thinking though, this might be a good one, a good contender for Margaret Hole, just because a lot of the colors would pop on this very nicely, you know? So yeah, let me know what you think. That's my last one I kitted up. And from there, I'm actually gonna move on into my knitting. So if all you stuck around for was the cross stitch portion, thank you so much. And you know, I hope you guys are doing well, and I love you so much. Thanks for the support. Please do like and subscribe, or even just leave me a comment. That helps the algorithm out quite a bit. So yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna move on to my knitting. All right, guys, so I have been knitting, not very much, but a little bit, and I am happy to report that the Nash Knits pattern that I'm knitting for my little neighbor, well, my neighbor's little baby girl, I should say, I did complete the body, and I also completed a sleeve. So this is the 12 to 24 month size, I wanna say, and I did wet block the whole body before I started the sleeves. And also just a note, I knit my baby sleeves, and I knit all my sleeves this way, but I knit them in the round on a set of ChowGoo interchangeables, the minis. So it's literally like a 9-inch circular needle. And I go up at least a half size because my tension is so much tighter on those that I don't need it. I don't need to use the same size as the body. So whenever I used on the body, I went up half a size, and I've knit the sleeve on that. But let me tell you, this yarn, amazing. Malachi's kind of stirring over there, so I might have to hurry up. I can always grab him while I talk about stuff. But anyways, this is the yarn that I'm using. This is the color Peach. And I'll link the Etsy shop below where I purchased it from, because I guess that it's hard to find drops in the States. It is. I had a heck of a time, but I just went on Etsy and I purchased it. And yeah, this is Drops Sky, I want to say. But I love it. How cute is that? And I wet blocked it, and the yarn, so soft, amazing, like wow soft. So I love it. I'm super excited about it. I think the lace panel looks so cute. I do need to still pick up for the ruffle, but I'm going to do that after I knit the sleeves. As you can see, I started my second sleeve, so she's on the way to being done. And I just love it. So I did get some good progress since last time. I finished the ribbing on that, wet blocked it, it dried for a couple of days, picked up the sleeve, knit the whole sleeve in a day because that was super easy knitting. And then I picked up the second sleeve that same night, and I've just been knitting on it when I can. Or when I really feel like it, to be honest. Knitting for me is kind of one of those things that it's like if I feel like it, I have to do it. Like I can't not knit that day. So yeah, that's been enjoyable and super fun. I'm just going to check on Malachi and then I will talk about life stuff. All right, what has happened in the past 2 weeks? Oh, I tried doing my daughter's hair. So I know I mentioned my daughter's hair in the past. I love doing her hair. I just have such a blast with it. And I like that it's like our little thing, and it really gives her a lot of confidence when she has like something special, you know? And so this week she has hair tinsel in her hair. I'll have to pop a little video. It's so cute. It's like a bronze color. I ordered the hair tinsel off of Amazon because I actually get a lot of questions on Instagram about this. And I get it off of Amazon. I buy the packs of it and I use silicone beads to attach it to her hair. So I have to use like a little, almost like a latch hook if you're familiar. It's a very tiny latch hook essentially, and you pull her natural hair through the silicone bead, and then you use a tool to press the silicone bead around the hair strands. And so I do have to tie the tinsel on all of this single, like I take like 3 to 4 strands of tinsel at a time and tie it, like double knot tie it onto the silicone bead, and then I trim the ends when I'm done. But I just do it kind of like hair extensions, and I put it in and it's super fun. I did that. I tried braiding hair for the first time on her, and I got hot pink, or really like hot pastel pink, blue and purple, and I used the pink a couple of weeks ago now, and that was super fun. I did like the puffs, and then the puffs went into little braids on the back, and that was really, or no, ponytails, and that was so cute, and it was just adorable. She loved it. She kept it in for 2 days, so I was really happy that it lasted even longer than a day, to be honest. So that was fun. She's been doing really well. Her glasses, because she did have to start wearing glasses, as you guys know, she's doing really well with those. I think it works great. And she's doing a lot better in school because she can actually see things. She is not having any like headaches or anything like that, so it's great. She loves them. Besides that, she's been doing great and awesome, and she's just a great kid. I can't complain. And then Malachi, he is officially 2 months old on the 29th, yes, or day before yesterday. He turned 2 months old. He had his 2-month checkup yesterday. It was great. He's doing really well. He almost weighs 12 pounds. Can you believe that? 12 pounds. No wonder I'm so buff. I'm just kidding. But he's doing awesome. He did have to get some shots at that one, but he was really good, and he did great. Any other life stuff? For my birthday, we just went out to dinner, had a nice little dinner, had Mexican, my favorite. I love Mexican food. I love it so much. It's just one of my favorites. That and sushi, I love them both. So that was really fun. Had a nice time. Just spent the day with my family, and then on Saturday I was able to go to Threadneedle Street and meet up with the ladies from Thread Gremlins, which was also like a nice little birthday treat, and it was just awesome. So we've been doing well. It's my mom's birthday yesterday, like I said, and today I'm gonna go meet up with her so we can do some shopping, and that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm just having a good time, and you know, living life, trying to enjoy every minute that I have at home before I get back to work, because I've only got, you know, a few more weeks left, which is crazy. I just like, he seems so little still. It seems crazy to leave my baby at this young, but such is life, right? So anyway, we've been doing great, feeling very blessed and loved, and yeah, it's just been great. Oh, and then like Monday after, because his appointment was the other day, but Monday I went and visited my parents and just hung out with them, and got to see my dad and mom, and that was awesome too. So yeah, we've been having a fun time. My mother-in-law came over on my birthday, and her mom came over on my birthday, and it's been a blast. So I'm very, very blessed to have so much family and so much love for me and my family. So it's been great. But besides that, no real other life updates. I'm trying to think if there's anything else fun that I did, but I feel like I've been so busy doing all the fun things. But I guess to me, visiting my family and like going and shopping at Threadneedle Street and all that stuff is really fun and exciting for me. But I think that is everything. I think it is. Well, anyways, like I said, thank you so much for watching, guys. And thanks for sticking around to the end. I hope you guys have a good next couple of weeks, and I will catch you next time. hopefully with a lot more Manning made progress. We'll see. All right, love you so much. Bye. I feel like I have to sneeze. Alexa, what time is it? Okay, we're doing okay. That doesn't matter though. My mom just sent me a message.